This is the all-new 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan Highline. And other than the nameplate, there's very little to resemble to the old model. First things first, prices start at $28,925 for a trendline front-wheel drive. $31,175 will get it with 4MOTION, and prices go all the way up to $39,175 for a Highline just like our test vehicle, which was $1,470 more thanks to the optional driver assistance package installed. Some of the features you get are pretty impressive, like the heated wheel, adaptive cruise control, a fully digital instrument cluster, but on the other hand, you get a completely manual passenger front seat. The Tiguan is now huge. It's by far the biggest car in the segment, and for $750, you could get a third row to make it a 7-seater. The interior is the roomiest in the class as well. Just look at the legroom and headroom available. This will challenge much bigger vehicles for interior roominess. Also, the rear seats can slide forwards, so you can share the legroom with extra trunk space, or a third row legroom if that's the case. But by default, look at the trunk capacity. It is seriously impressive. You get a minimum of 1,065 liters, and folding all seats flat will get you up to 2,081 liters. Damn! The interior is not only roomy, it's also nicely designed. Ergonomically, everything is easy to reach, use, and understand, but quality-wise, it doesn't exceed the class average. The instrument cluster looks very sharp. The infotainment system is really good and only crashed on me once, and I really appreciate all the storage compartments all around, and I like the 2 USB ports up front. On the road, the Tiguan really feels like a big SUV. I mean, gone are the days that it felt like a jacked-up GTI. Gone. It is long, wide, tall, and heavy, making it a much less sporty drive than before. Even in sport mode, where everything is dialed into the most engaging setting, this thing still feels like a very gentle cruiser. The main reason for that is the comfortable suspension and high rolling refinement. Also, what seems to be pretty anemic performance. It still has a 4-cylinder 2.0-liter TSI motor under the hood, but it's massively different compared to the old unit since it's now a Miller cycle engine. It makes 184 horsepower, which is 16 horsepower less than before, but it makes that at 4,400 RPM, just like a diesel. It also makes 221 pound-feet of torque, which is more than before, but it's nowhere near as much more as you'd need to cope with the extra weight. Also new is the 8-speed automatic gearbox, which is not the quickest or most responsive unit in the world, but it's still pretty smooth. From a standstill, 100 kilometers an hour comes in 9.3 seconds, which makes the car quicker than it really feels. You also get an updated 4MOTION all-wheel drive system that now comes with a rotary dial for you to select your driving mode, just like a Range Rover. You can pick between snow, 4 different settings for on-road, off-road, and custom off-road, but in all honesty, it doesn't really make a difference. The car always feels kind of weak, kind of killing any sporty ambition you might have. The thing is though, it's not slow, it's just, it feels slow, which is weird. The only real complaint I have is that when you go for it, it gets very noisy, like a bit too noisy perhaps. The steering feels pretty good, the brake pedal is very linear, and the brakes work really well. The good thing is that the trade-off to performance is fuel economy, and this thing is really good on gas. I mean, you can expect a realistic average of 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is way less than the competition. So if you want a very roomy, good to look at, practical and economical crossover, it seems like the Tiguan might be just right for you. It might not feel very fast, and maybe it missed the opportunity to bring a much more upmarket interior to the segment. But despite all that, it's a very likable crossover, and not to mention really roomy. My overall score is 8 out of 10.